Bringing you the news from Sri Lanka and across the world, it's your national news broadcast on Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I'm Siobhan Pereira.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines. The Prime Minister says that the new educational reforms will be further strengthened. An exceptional dialogue on educational reforms in Kandy. Launching of the farmernet.lk website to register farmers. 25 mega and 100 small co-op cities to be set up this year. World's biggest natural purple star sapphire has been formally introduced in Colombo. A person killed in a shooting incident in Jintupitia. An Indonesian aircraft vanishes in mid-air.
And in your top story tonight, Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya emphasized that current educational reforms will not be halted by any influence and will be instead implemented even more robustly.
She made these remarks while clarifying the reforms during a visit yesterday to the chief incumbent of the Chilla Sri Vijayarama Temple and the Deputy Chief Sanganayaka of the Northwestern Province, Most Venerable Sumanasiri Thera. The Deputy Chief Sanganayaka of the Northwestern Province noted that the new education reforms are a timely necessity. He pointed out that various political activists are attempting to stop this vital reform by misleading the public. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya stated that the public appreciation for the new education reforms continues to grow. During the meeting, Most Venerable Sumanasiri Thera also brought to the Prime Minister's attention the damage caused to the pharmacy at the Chilla Hospital by Cyclone Ditwa. The Prime Minister assured that the District Development Committee would review proposals for development activities in Chilla and take the necessary actions. The Prime Minister also visited Senanayaka National School in Chilla, which sustained severe damage due to Cyclone Ditwa. During the visit, Dr. Amarasuriya presided over a ceremony to award medals and certificates to students of the school who achieved all-island victories. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya stated that the government is making a significant effort to provide the nation's children with high-quality education they deserve. She explained that this initiative is not limited to curriculum changes, but includes improving physical infrastructure, enhancing teacher training and development, and upgrading facilities. Ultimately, she emphasized that the government aims to create a comprehensive educational system under the theme A Safe World for Children, a Creative Future Generation. An awareness program for preschool teachers in the Puttalam district regarding the National Early Childhood Education Curriculum was held yesterday, chaired by the Prime Minister. Speaking at the event held at the Sudasuna Hall in Chilla, she mentioned that the government is working to maintain early childhood education within a specific regulatory framework.
A dialogue on educational reforms was held at the Postal Auditorium in Kandy today, and it was organized by the National Campaign for Educational Reforms. It was conducted with the participation of the Mahasangha, MPs and ministers and a group of intellectuals. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that they expect children who turn 18 around 2033 to step out of their knowledge, skills and literacy required for national development. This journey is what they refer to as educational reforms. Out of the 15 subjects in these reforms, modules for 14 have already been developed. One of the subjects is entrepreneurship and financial literacy, which none of them studied before. For grade 6 students, entrepreneurship and financial literacy lay the foundation to becoming entrepreneurs, innovators and creators, and step by step. Starting from grade 9 and beyond, children can recognize their potential and overcome weaknesses to choose their career paths. This is how the educational reform proposal aims to shape the children, a goal reflected in every textbook.
තමන්ගේ දුර්වලතාවයන් යට කරගෙන තමන්ගේ මවත තෝරා ගන්න. මෙන්න මෙවැනි ආකාරයට තමයි මේ දරුවෝ හැඩගස්සන්න කියලා අධ්‍යාපන ප්‍රශාසන යෝජනා කළා තිබුණා. මේ හැම පොතකම තිබෙන්නේ එවැනි අරමුණු සාගත ක්‍රියාවලියක්.
Minister Anura Karunatilaka proposed education reforms, or whatever one may call them, are a set initiative and projects that can bring about transformational change in education. Today they are discussing the alignment between these reform proposals and the education policy presented by the National People's Power. When they advocate for this free education and equal access, these proposals ensure that they are integrated into our national educational objectives.
අපි ඉදිරිපත් කරනකොට මෙතෙන්දී ඒ ජාතික අධ්‍යාපනික ඉලක්ක හැටියට සඳහන් කරපු ඒ යෝජනාවලිය තුල නිදහස් අධ්‍යාපනය සහ සමාන අවස්ථා සමාන ප්‍රවේශයන් මේ ක්‍රියාවලිය තුලින් සහතික කරලා තියෙනවා. අධ්‍යාපන ප්‍රතිසංස්කරණ
Co-convener of the National Campaign for Educational Reform, Sisira Rajapaksa, said that educational reforms are essential and they should be made a public dialogue starting from the homes. When children go to school for the first time under these reforms, their minds should be prepared to embrace new things. This is how they can raise independent thinking. Creative children, such as transformational in society, can only begin this way. They are working on this, raising awareness among children and parents, and all have a responsibility to fulfill.
The program to register farmers via farmernet.lk under the Digitalization program of the State Service was held yesterday. Minister K.D. Lalkantha has presided over the event at the Agrarian Centre. The need to have a systematic data network for the provision of benefits to farmers has been long felt need. It has been anticipated to provide a more efficient service through the launching of the Farmer Registration Network, which was remain a significant shortcoming in the task of finding solutions to the main problems. The shortage of data, difficulties in arriving at decisions and wastage of resources were cited as leading problems. Minister K.D. Lalkantha asserts that the country has achieved self-sufficiency in rice, noting that there is no longer a shortage and that supply is now well managed. He explains that the government has halted the importation of salmon, chicken and eggs as local production has reached a stage where these items are now being prepared for export. From a food security perspective, he notes that the state institutions and the public have taken significant steps towards stability.
අපනයනය කරන තත්වයකට ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. ඒ පැත්තෙන් ගත්තම ආහාර සුරක්ෂිතතාවයේ පැත්තෙන් සෑහෙන පියවරක් අපේ රාජ්‍ය ආයතන ජනතාව දැන් සිද්ධ වෙලා තියෙනවා. අපේ අවශ්‍යතාවය කොච්චරද?
Deputy Minister Namal Karunaratne emphasizes the need for a scientific, calculated approach to determine exactly how much land, labour, fertilizer and water are required to meet national needs. He points out that by understanding the costs and the necessary level of state intervention, the country can transition to a technological framework that provides higher yields using less land.
Minister Vasant Samarasinghe says that 25 mega co-op cities and 100 minor co-op cities will be inaugurated this year. The year 2026 has been identified as a year in which the cooperative movement is to be developed into a strong basis. The minister added that therefore measures will be taken to create a network where cooperative shops, hospitals, banks and insurance institutions are to be placed under a single brand. The minister has made these observations participating in the cooperative meeting recently held in Tismaharama. On this occasion, a sum of 1 million rupees was donated through 4 cooperative societies in Hambantota district for the Rebuilding Sri Lanka Fund. Minister Vasant Samarasinghe asserts that the government is actively revitalizing the cooperative movement, transforming it from a neglected sector once facing closure into a powerful pillar of national economy. To achieve this, a comprehensive plan has been set for 2026, headlined by the establishment of 25 mega co-op cities, one for every district in Sri Lanka. These large-scale hubs will feature extensive parking and serve as distribution points for essential goods including fertilizers and pesticides. Furthermore, the government intends to launch 100 smaller co-op cities across regional areas utilizing a collaborative model where local partners match government contributions.
Inaugural ceremony to recover traffic fines via GovPay app by the police divisions of Kagao and Sitawaka was held at the Sitawaka Export Processing Zone Auditorium in Avisavalla last evening. DIG WPJ Senadira has presided over the implementation of the program. Necessary training was provided to the officials assigned to the traffic division and officers in charge of police traffic divisions. Police superintendents in charge of the divisions were also handed over 120 mobile phones needed for the implementation of the GovPay app in police stations in the Kagol and Sitawaka divisions. DIG WPJ Senadira said that under the special program of the Ministry of Technology and the President's policy to digitalize public services, the GovPay project was introduced to over 200 government institutions on the 7th of February. Starting April 4th last year, the system was launched for the police department to eliminate opportunities for bribery and illegal payments. Citizens can now make payments online instantly, and the police have been provided with over 1,000 devices to ensure that they no longer claim a lack of equipment. The program will soon expand to the Postal Department, moving toward a 100% digital record system. Additionally, a demerit point system for traffic violations is scheduled to begin in the second phase, likely becoming universal by June.
Now for several development news items in brief. A new bridge would replace the Dialagoda Bridge on the Galle-Colombo Main Road at a cost of 379 million rupees. The Dialagoda Bridge, which was remaining as a dilapidated state for a long period, links Payagala town with the Maggona town. The bridge, spanning a length of 38 meters and a width of 22 meters, was subject to sinking. The bridge is built under full supervision of Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa and Parliamentarian Chandima Hettiarachchi. The stalled construction of the Peragashandiya Bridge in the Mahakalupana in Matugama has resumed with success. A sum of 76 million rupees has been set aside for the project, with reconstruction of 120 meters of the roadway with a bridge. The bridge with 2 lanes with a width of 11 meters. The work is being carried out under the direct engineering supervision of the Road Development Authority. With the completion of construction, the motorists would be facilitated with ease of transportation from Matugama to Palavatta. The government has taken measures to expand island-wide waste management project without environmental influences. Deputy Minister T.B. Sarath has presided over a discussion to enlighten the relevant sources regarding the establishment of material realignment centres under full supervision of the local government institutions held at the Polonnaru District Secretariat. The maiden project is scheduled to be implemented in Hinguragoda Divisional Secretariat Division.
A massive natural purple star sapphire discovered in Sri Lanka has been formally introduced into the global scientific and cultural record, with experts describing it as the largest documented gemstone of its kind in the world. The value of the gemstone is estimated to be between $300 to $400 US. Known as the Star of the Pure Land, the gemstone weighs 3,536 carats and was presented at a briefing in Colombo today. Gemologists said the stone is distinguished by a rare and sharply defined 6-way star effect known as asterism visible across its surface. Specialists noted that its round Capricorn cut, combined with its size, clarity and color, makes it the largest known round-cut natural purple star sapphire ever recorded. While the gemstone remains under private custodial stewardship, a large group, including representatives of the science community and media personnel, have attended the event.
Chief Gemologist of the Gem Research Institute, Asha Namarasinghe, has introduced the Arnold, the largest recorded violet star sapphire in the world, weighing over 3,500 carats. He has highlighted the gemstone's exceptional quality, noting its 6-ray star pattern is perfectly distributed and unbroken. Based on current research and historical gemstone prices, he estimated that the sapphire's value is to be between 300 to 400 million US dollars. He also said that given its immense scale, he explained that it is not intended for jewelry but rather a museum-grade piece or a rare acquisition for elite collectors and billionaires seeking one-of-a-kind treasures. He added that prestigious institutions such as the Smithsonian often seek to acquire and preserve such unique specimens. A tight box office battle is expected this weekend and 28 years later competes with James Cameron's Avatar, Fire and Ash for the first place.
The higher production cost of $63 million. The Bond Temple is directed by Nia Da Costa, taking over the franchise from Danny Boyle. The story continues after the events of 28 years later and features Ralph Fiennes as a disturbed doctor alongside Jack O'Connell as a cult leader. Original star Cillian Murphy also makes a return to the franchise. Meanwhile, Avatar Fire and Ash is expected to earn between $18 and $19 million in its fifth weekend, maintaining strong box office momentum.
I believe the infection can be treated.
A quick break now and we'll be right back with more local news. Stay tuned.
දසට විහිදුණු ක්‍රීඩාවේ සති අග දිගහැරුම ක්‍රීඩා විසිතු
National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back. We continue with more stories here at home. Minister of Health and Mass Media, Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa, and Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Hansaka Vijayamuni, have paid a visit to the chief prelates of the Malwatu and Askiri chapters this morning. They have inquired on the well-being of the Mahanayaka of the Askiri chapter, Most Venerable Warakagoda Sri Gnanaratana Thera, and Mahanayaka of the Malwatu chapter, Most Venerable Thibbotuave Sri Sumankara Thera. They held discussions on the activities of the ministry as well as on current issues and received the blessings of the Mahanayaka Theras. During the discussions, Minister Nalinda Jayatissa briefed the Mahanayaka Theras on the island-wide program to establish Arogya Suwata centres. In addition, the ministers explained the current status of several major hospitals, including the Kandy National Hospital and future development plans. The ministers also outlined the construction of a state-of-the-art cardiac hospital within the Colombo National Hospital premises. The minister further said that it is expected to complete constructions within the next 3 years at a cost of over 12 billion rupees.
Now, in a remarkable gesture, Pensioners Association of the People's Bank has made a donation of 4.5 million rupees to the Rebuilding Sri Lanka Fund. Relevant check was handed over to the President's Secretary, Dr. Nandika Samath Kumar Nayaka, by President of the People's Bank Pensioners Association, Raymond Fernando, at the Presidential Secretariat. Members of the association as well as membership of the district organization have extended their contributions in this regard.
42-year-old resident in Jintupitia was killed in a shooting incident. Our correspondent says two unidentified persons had carried out the shooting when the victim was at his residence in 125th Watta in Jintupitia. He was pronounced dead upon admission to the Colombo National Hospital. It has also been reported that two children of the deceased were also injured in the incident. Gunmen were reported to have engaged in the shooting by posing as a husband and wife. The Foreshore Police Station is conducting further investigations.
The final rites of veteran singer and musician Raju Bandara was conducted at the General Cemetery, Borella, this evening. Raju Bandara, who had been an extremely popular singer in the 90s decade, was 65 years old at the time of his demise. He had added many unforgettable songs to music fans. The late singer had remained indisposed for some time and passed away at his residence in Ragama. The veteran singer had bid farewell to a large group, including family, relatives, friends and artists, as well as music lovers, at the funeral conducted after religious observances.
Met Department forecasts mainly dry weather will prevail in the most parts of the island, and there's a possibility of ground frost in some places in Nuwara district in the early hours of the morning. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western, Sabaragamu, central, northwestern, north central and Ubud provinces, and in Galle, Mathura and Ampara districts during the early hours of the morning. With this, here's the city weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
And now we are back with news from overseas. A plane that went missing earlier today is believed to have crashed in Indonesia, killing all 11 people on board. The Indonesia Air Transport turboprop plane took off from Yogyakarta for a 2-hour flight to Makassar in South Sulawesi on Saturday, but air traffic control lost contact with it when the plane was around 12 miles from the airport. Footage showed debris on a mountainside, which is believed to be from the crashed turboprop aircraft. Rescue teams have been sent out to the areas to search for survivors. There were 3 passengers and 8 crew members on board the plane. To detect and find the ATR 42-500 aircraft, and 3 teams have been deployed with 60 search and rescue personnel. The first team has been dispatched with 5 people to carry out the assessment, and another 15 are dispatched from the second team. Meanwhile, 40 personnel dispatched from third team with search and rescue expertise.
U.S. President Donald Trump has warned he could impose tariffs on countries that do not support America's claim over Greenland, calling the Arctic island critical to U.S. national security. Speaking at the White House, President Trump said Greenland's strategic location and mineral resources make it vital for American security, and suggested tariffs could be used to pressure allies to back the move. He also confirmed discussions with NATO on the issue and said failing to control Greenland would leave a major security gap. Denmark has firmly rejected the claim, stressing that only Denmark and Greenland can decide the territory's future. Danish military officials say their focus remains on possible Russian activity in the Arctic, not conflict with the United States. Meanwhile, European nations have increased their military presence in Greenland ahead of a NATO Arctic exercise as tensions continue over sharply differing views on the island's control. A group of scientists has managed to identify a hidden land beneath the massive ice sheet covering Antarctica. The research team has discovered this new land using the latest high-resolution satellites, and they have prepared a more detailed map based on the information received. Through 11 satellite imagery, the research team has been able to uncover a breathtaking landscape of tens of thousands of mountains, valleys and plains in this area. Accordingly, they say that based on this data, it is possible to make predictions about future sea level rise and climate change.
In your sports news tonight, now we had a stunning performance by the Sri Lanka youth team, with Viran Chamudita of the Sri Lanka cricket team has been able to score the highest number of runs a batsman has scored in a one-day international under-19 cricket fixture in history. He has achieved this feat in a match against Japan today. Sri Lanka has won the match by 203 runs. The match between Sri Lanka and Japan in the World Cup cricket tournament is conducted in Namibia and Zimbabwe. Sri Lanka team batting first has scored 387 runs for the loss of 4 wickets with 50 overs. The opening batsmen Viran Chamudita and Dimantha Mahavithana have set a partnership of 328 runs for the first wicket. This was the highest partnership by two youth opening batsmen for any wicket in one-day cricket history. Viran Chamudita hit 192 runs facing 143 deliveries. His score has included 26 boundaries and 1 sixer. Chamudita has also established the record for the highest score in a under-19 one-day World Cup tournament. The previous record in the connection was established by Hasita Boyagoda, who had scored 191 runs in a match against Kenya. In today's match, Dimantha Mahavithana has also scored 115 runs.
Sri Lanka Navy's cyclist PMG Silva has been successful in securing the first place in the second day of the Lanka Ride Cycle Tour, which is scheduled to end tomorrow. It is after a lapse of 21 years that the Lanka Ride Cycle Tour has resumed. The competition, which has started in front of the Lake House premises in Colombo yesterday, has ended the first day's tour in Kandy. The second day's ride has begun from near the Agricultural Research Centre in Gannorua. 27 groups comprising of 190 cyclists compete in this year's event. Today's race was concluded at the Anuradhapura town, and the second place of the second day's event was secured by Sajit Madhuranga of the Diamond Sports Club. Chaturanga Soisa of the Department of Civil Defence was placed third. Final day's ride will get underway from Anuradhapura, and the competition will come to an end near the Independence Square in Colombo tomorrow.
Well, that was a look at your news here at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I'm Siobhan Pereira, together with Sharifa Tahir. Wish you a pleasant weekend.
Good night.